special time, where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the power flavor pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam show. Turn it up.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for episode 446 of the Pancakes and Powerslams show, baby. We're live and living color, getting funky like a monkey, if you will, baby. That's what we do, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah. This is here, Pancakes and Powerslams. Look, we're gonna have some fun as we do, as always, man. What a day. Lots of interaction already. It's Lashley time. Yes, it is, Ricky. It's the first time I interviewed Ahmed Johnson. It is really difficult to get an interview from Ahmed Johnson these days, but I managed to do it. I managed to do it now because I do it for you. Yeah, it's great, man. He hardly ever does interviews, and it was great to have him. He was fun. It's fun to chat with. He said he had a good time. So it's what it's all about, baby. It's what it's all about, is to have a good time. And I love first time interviews. I love first time interviews. I've interviewed so many people in my day. And I've interviewed a bunch of people in my day, and I always like to interview different people, like new people, new wrestlers, first timers. I love my multiple timers like Ken Anderson, Sean Daivari, Lance Archer. I'm trying to think of people like I've interviewed 3 times or more. Greg Gagne, Black Bart. Y'all know Black Bart. I've interviewed Black Bart a bunch of times. Eric Bischoff. Ice Train. Those are my 3 timers. Three or more timers. I think Ken Anderson. JTG is another one. I think Ken Anderson, JTG, and Daivari so far has. I think they have the crown of who I've interviewed the most. I think Eric Bischoff too. I think I've interviewed Eric Bischoff like 5 times, 4 or 5 times. So, yes, and couple 2-timers like D-Lo. I've interviewed D-Lo twice. I've interviewed DDP twice. Yeah, a bunch, man. I've interviewed. I think I stopped counting at like 200. Like 2. Yeah, I think I stopped counting at like 200. And that was probably like a couple years ago. So, yes, over 200. I've interviewed over 200 people. I've interviewed 13 WWE Hall of Famers. and I can't remember all of them. Ooh, I'll try. I'll give you at least half. Booker T, Goldberg, Jake Roberts, DDP, Bushwhacker Luke, Ricky Steamboat. I have to look. You know what I'll do? I'll look at the list of WWE Hall of Famers and see which ones. I know I counted 13. Let's see. I know I counted 13, so I will see who I interviewed. Tito Santana. There's a lot of people I can still interview here. I got some goals to interview lots of people. I've talked to Gerald Briscoe multiple times. I haven't interviewed him yet, though. Steamboat. I've talked to Duggan before, too. Never interviewed him. Animal. Paul Ellering. Booker T. Jake. Was that 6? Rikishi, 7. Bushwhacker Luke, 8. I've talked to a lot of these people, man. I just haven't interviewed them. Talked to Ricky Morton before. Oh, Teddy Long, 9. DDP, 10. Goldberg, 11. Jeff Jarrett, 12. And Billy Gunn, 13. Yep, 13. 13 of them. I just want to make sure. 14. JBL. Yeah, so I've interviewed 14 WWE Hall of Famers. Nice. Let's see. Marissa, can't stay tonight. Sorry, really tired. Get you some rest. Thank you always for coming through, Marissa. How long have I been watching wrestling? I started watching wrestling in around 80. I always say either 85 or 86. One of them, 85 or 86. I think 80. I don't know. I think 85. On the safe side, 86. But I remember the Horsemen started in 86. I remember that. For some reason, I remember like maybe not the first Starrcade. And retroactively, I watched Starrcade 83 like probably in the 90s, maybe like on VHS or something like that. But for some reason, I remember watching the Blanchard. I definitely remember watching Magnum TA. And Magnum TA retired in 86, I believe, because of his car crash. So you know what? That's probably a good way to remember. Because I remember because TA, his car accident, he stopped wrestling in 86, I believe. 1986. So let me find out what time in 86. Okay, to come back, I was losing. So October of 86, he retired because of his car accident. So it's absolutely 86. I remember watching Magnum TA. But for some reason, I remember the I Quit match. It's Starcade. 85 or 86. It has to be. It's definitely 86, but it may have been 85 because I remember watching Magnum TA wrestle, and he retired in 86. So it was definitely 86 or maybe a year before. So either 85 or 86 is when. So it's been over 35 years now. Revolution. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Revolution. That's fine. Let's do it. All right, just a quick predictions. Should be decent. Who wins the Casino Battle Royal? I say just for the heck of it, I'll say I don't know. I'll just for the heck of it, I don't know. I think as far as the whole future AEW World Tag Team Title Championship match, I can't think. I don't think of anybody. I don't see anybody other than Inner Circle, other than Santana Ortiz. So this may happen. Maybe Santana Ortiz wins the Casino Battle Royal, and then Jericho and MJF won the tag championships, and that caused some further dissension within the Inner Circle. So that's my prediction. So Santana Ortiz wins the Battle Royal. Inner Circle wins the tag team titles. I imagine you give Darby and Sting the win. I would be so upset if Sting loses once again. Team Taz winning, Team Taz losing doesn't do anything negative for them. I mean, they're in a spot with Sting coming back after retiring 5 years ago. I'd imagine Nyla Rose picks up the title again against Hikaru Shida. She just beat her. She just won a couple of times. And plus, I don't for some reason, just Shida doesn't really do it for me as far as champ. She's really talented in the ring, but just as far as making me interested in the title picture, yeah, that's better. The lighting's a little better. Actually, prefer that. Adam Page wins. Why not? I say the heels win. Cassidy and Taylor. I say Miro and Kip wins. As far as the Face of Revolution ladder match, Archer. Why not? Yeah, give it to Archer. I think that would be a perfect person to win. Archer versus Darby Allin. That would be interesting. Although they're making Archer a babyface. I mean, they're not even really making him a babyface, but they're kind of making him a babyface. It's kind of weird. I don't really like the face heel dynamics in AEW. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan. Although Lance Archer's a buddy of mine, so I'm pulling for Lance Archer regardless. So that's the reason why I want him to win that match. But if he was like just a menacing heel again, I think Archer versus Darby would be pretty good, actually. I'd be cool with that. And then Omega and Moxley. I see Kenny winning. I see him being Jon Moxley. I'm like, spell it. Spell it. Spell it. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yep. Yeah. So I think Justin Roberts is spelled Jon Moxley. Would I prefer to see Bobby Lashley face Drew or Brock at WrestleMania? Maybe a triple threat. No, definitely not a triple threat. It's quite clear that Drew's going to have his moment. That's the reason why they're making Bobby Lashley champ. Personally, I've shared this, before with Vince Russo. I mean, I don't want to see Lashley as a transitional champ, but I'm almost positive that's what's going to happen. So I'm very, very positive that Lashley is going to be a transitional champ. He's going to have the title for 5 weeks. I'm not a fan of it. I was definitely a fan of him winning. I clapped actually when he won. It was a great moment. He was trying to hold back, but I'm like, man, look, do it. If you had to shed a couple, look, you can beat anybody up in that locker room. So if they try to make fun of you for shedding a couple tears, just you're intimidating enough to shed a couple tears. You ain't gotta feel like you're confiscating your man card or something like that because you're shedding a couple tears. So I was a fan. And it's so funny, man. Here's the wrestling fan in me though. The Hurt Business was the biggest baby faces of the night and of today. And they are supposed to be the biggest heels or some of the biggest heels on Raw, but they certainly wasn't last night and tonight. They're among the biggest baby faces in all of professional wrestling. But Bobby, as a black male myself, man, it was great. It was a great moment. Yes, it could have happened somewhere else. Yes, it could happen on Fastlane, but it makes sense because they don't want him to win on Fastlane because that's only, less than a month before Mania. So they're trying to build up Lashley versus Drew at Mania. And so they want a bunch of time. They want as much time as possible, which I don't think 5 weeks is nearly as sufficient to start a feud for the title before WrestleMania. That just goes to show how just last minute the booking is. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a transitional championship reign, unfortunately. But here's the thing. If someone asked me, would I rather be world champ for 5 weeks than not be world champ at all? Option A all day long, ladies and gentlemen. I would rather be the WWE champion for 5 weeks than not be WWE champion at all. So, absolutely, I'm cool with it. Thank you, Ricky. I think that's that's one of those things that I enjoy doing. I'm a DJ. I love chill hop music, and I listen to it every single day, all day. And so I've got chill hop songs for days. And so I like to let people enjoy the type of music that I listen to. Listen to Christian rap and like Christian EDM music. But I can't use none of that music as intros. Plus, chill hop has a better vibe to it as far as an intro song is concerned. And plus, the music that I am playing, I actually got permission to by the artist. And so that artist was actually Wes Harris. And that song was called Sunday Naps. So cool song. And so yeah, go ahead and give him some love on IG and check out his music. Name is Wes Harris. Yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of Lashley winning the championship. If it's for 5 weeks, it's for 5 weeks, man. It is what it is. What's up, Christopher? He just lays low, man. He just kind of does his thing. He lays low. He just he just doesn't really has much of an interest on wrestling, about wrestling. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate it, man. Luke gave me a call. He was very encouraging, good friend of mine. He gave me a call right before as I was prepping for the show. He's just encouraging me. He's pretty excited about the interview. I'm glad you were able to hop on. Yeah, I really liked it, man. It's fun. No, he doesn't stay in character. Top 5 people I would like to interview. Good question. The Rock, Chris Jericho, Sting, as far as person to person, like one-on-one interview. I was a part of a media thing for him with Sting before, but I never did a one-on-one interview. So, Rock, Jericho, Sting will be number 1. So Sting, Rock, Jericho. I don't know. Hogan, I guess. Yeah, Sting, Rock, Jericho, Hogan, Taker. Yeah, Taker, definitely Taker. There's my 5. Elvis got a new car. Okay, I'll do the bad news. Oh goodness, your cousin Roxanne was murdered on Thursday. She was only 32. Last time I seen her was in September. Well, sorry to hear that. I'm praying for your family to cope through that. Very sad news, Elvis. Good news is that you got a new car on Saturday. All right. Congratulations. I have interviewed Moose. I sure have. Moose is indeed stacked. Looks like he looks fantastic. One of the best shapes of his life. I've interviewed Moose on Pancakes and Powerslams before. When I used to do weekly interviews, I've had him on. Nope, never Shawn Michaels. Was a part of a media thing with the Click, though, a couple of years ago, but never did a one-on-one interview with them. I've interviewed both Jeff Jarrett and JBL. I interviewed JBL on Unscripted. Go catch that. Actually, a few weeks ago, I interviewed JBL. Jeff Jarrett, I've interviewed Jeff Jarrett before. Yes, I have. On PNP, actually. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, man. Very much so. No chance. No chance. No. I don't want it. I mean, I personally don't want it. I don't want a heel Lashley versus a heel Brock. I don't think you turn Brock Mania. Don't turn Brock babyface to chase the title. No, don't do it. It's clear that Vince McMahon wants Drew to be the guy. He wants Drew McIntyre to win the title back in front of fans. So he'll be 3-time champion. He won it the first time last year, and by the time Mania comes, he'll be 3-time champion. So once again, that's the WWE's booking, man, is just atrocious. I wish they would have spent more time doing this, building up Lashley versus Drew, but now it just feels transitional. Like Lashley's already his I don't mind Drew winning. Drew's one of my favorite, probably my favorite wrestler on WWE right now. I don't mind him winning for sure. But just I don't want Lashley to feel like a transitional champion, and he will if Drew beat him, which Drew will probably beat him. If you watch 85, years only 1 year 1 year old. Nice. I was a little kid though. My great grandma watched wrestling, and I would watch wrestling. So she had a floor model TV in front of me. She actually, me and my brother, who's a year younger than me and my brother would sit on the floor, and she would sit behind us. She had a recliner, and she was ailing, so she had a cane in a recliner. So she would look at wrestling behind us on the recliner. We would sit in front of her and watch TV, watch the floor model in front of us. So we would give her some room so she can watch. So sometimes we'd be together, like on the side, so she can watch, or we would be split up, as far as I remember. And my great grandma is the reason why I watch pro wrestling, and I still watch pro wrestling. She died in 95, so that was 26 years ago. And I said, you know what? I will dedicate from now on. When she passed, I said I will continue to watch wrestling. I never, some people have their pockets where they stop watching wrestling for a few years. I've never stopped watching wrestling since I started watching it back in 86, 85. Never stopped watching wrestling. And so when she passed, I said, in honor of her, my great grandma, I'll continue to watch wrestling. So yeah, it was fun. And I remember as a little kid watching wrestling in front of her, and she was a big NWA fan. She watched NWA and WWE. And then that's how I was able to watch both when I was a kid, because she would watch it. I watched NWA. I watched WWE, and I watched AWA and ESPN, and I watched Global and ESPN. I remember watching Global when I would come back home from school. I would come home on the bus, and people would want to, go outside and play. I was like, nope, I want to watch Pressure Luck, and I want to watch Global Wrestling Federation from 1991 to 1994. And I was really big on Pressure Luck and Global. That was my, I don't care. I'll go play. I'll go outside afterwards, but I want to watch my Global Wrestling Federation. I want to make sure that I'm watching Global. So I will watch Global, and then at 5 o'clock I go outside. But as far as 4 o'clock is concerned, no, I'm not going outside. I'm going to watch Global Wrestling Federation. The sixth man, the mystery tag. The sixth man. So the mystery tag is for the Casino Royal. As far as the sixth man for the ladder match, Big Show. Why not? I mean, I don't know. And then the tag team. I can't think of a team that's out there right now other than like Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, but they're with Impact now. Unless, and Mark and Matt's a babyface and Brian's a heel. Unless somehow, I know Impact's working with AEW. Maybe Anderson and Gallows. Maybe Anderson and Gallows. What's up, Josh? Has anyone said how freaking fantastic Missy was doing during a squash match proper? He was working hard as heck for his money. Great performance. He was. He sold the heck out of that Hurt Lock. That's for sure. Yeah. I heard NXT was moving to Tuesdays. I don't know why. I guess it's better for the viewer because they don't have to watch it head to head, anymore. But it makes me wonder if Vince is okay with that, because that's kind of conceding that AEW is the better show. It's kind of conceding that AEW was the better Wednesday night show. AEW was able to push NXT away from Wednesdays. So that's a victory in some form or fashion. Who should face Asuka at WrestleMania? Peyton, Royce. And it should be a squash match. I just don't want Asuka to lose. I want her to win at WrestleMania. But it probably should be it probably will be Charlotte. I won't say should be Charlotte. I'm not a fan of Charlotte getting all these Mania opportunities. Yeah, it's about time for her to make someone else look good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Charlotte's. I don't want it. I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want Lashley as transitional champ either, for sure. Not at all. But it probably will happen. It most likely will happen. Let's got some great questions. Great questions. No, I don't like 50 Cent. I only listen to Christian rap. When it comes to rap, I only listen to Christian rap. It's WrestleMania. It's feel good. You don't want to jack up Drew. If Drew loses, I think that will hurt him substantially. And it's sad because I want Lashley to stay champ. Maybe he can regain it from Drew. Maybe they can go back and forth between now and maybe the Rumble or something like that. I'm not, that'll be okay. James is going to a wrestling con Saturday in New York City to meet the Big Show and the Boogeyman. I'm very nervous since you met several wrestlers over the years. Do you have any advice on what I should do to be less nervous since Big Show is my all-time favorite wrestler? You should make a joke. You should joke and say something like, my cell phone is picking up service because there's a big tower in front of me. Stop it. Would I get starstruck if I interviewed The Rock? No, I would be professional like I was when I interviewed Goldberg, when I interviewed Booker T, when I interviewed Ricky Steamboat, Ricky Steamboat is one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. And I interviewed him, and I marked out inside, but I stayed professional, and I did not look starstruck. Greatest feud of all time. Good question, Brendan. The greatest feud of all time. See, I'm gonna be biased and go Sting Flair. That's my bias feud, but I would say probably from a box office standpoint, I'll go Austin McMahon, because Austin McMahon is what I would say what caused WWE to beat WCW was Austin McMahon, the Austin McMahon feud. So it had a huge, and I would say the most colossal feud of all time was Hogan and Andre. So those are my feuds. It was good, but it was a solid match, but yeah, didn't do anything. Lonzo's asking, should Seth Rollins and Cesaro wrestle their match on SmackDown, Fastlane, or WrestleMania? I think they should wrestle at WrestleMania, and I think Cesaro should win. Cesaro should finally have a meaningful WrestleMania moment. This guy comes in, he does his job, he wins when he's supposed to, he loses when he's supposed to. He's a fantastic talent. He's got charisma. Yeah, I think he should beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Am I thinking about running for Ohio U.S. Senate? Senator Featherstone has a good ring. Thank you, Elvis. You know, man, I have thought about many times of running for politics, like doing politics. I have heavily considered from a mayoral standpoint. I've even considered presidential, but I just don't. I hate moving. So people would have to move for me, but I hate moving. And so and plus I don't want to uproot and just have my family just be in the limelight that much. And I just really don't have that much passion to be the president of the United States. Although people are like, yeah, I'd vote for you. And that's really cool. I'm intrigued by the debate process. I'm intrigued by the campaigning. I am intrigued about that. I am super intrigued about that. But I really love what I do. What I do is just, it's awesome. I would rather be a doctor like I'm doing now. Someone asked me if one of you actually asked me a few weeks ago if I would work for the WWE right now. And I said the only way I would do that, work for the WWE, would be a consultant of coaching and of providing therapy to wrestlers. That would be the only way I would work for WWE as a consultant. So I would be freelancing to provide. Well, I guess everybody's a freelancer, so to speak. They're independent contractors, so they're freelancing in some sort. But they just have to. They're an independent contractor who has to run everything by Vince. Weird, but yeah, that's the only way I would work for WWE as a consultant, third party consultant. To provide therapy and coaching to the wrestlers, which I think is important. Thank you, Christopher. Yeah, she's the reason why I watch wrestling. Yeah, as far as I actually thought about running for mayor as recent as a few weeks ago. Because there's actually a small town. I live in a suburb of Columbus now. I mean, still Columbus, but it's still a suburban Columbus. So I was thinking about running for mayor of the suburb that I'm living right now. So, maybe. Yeah, I agree. He's on the mic. He needs some work. I almost had an opportunity. Yes, actually, I forgot because there's actually rumors of Enzo and Kaz appearing at Revolution. So yeah, good call, Ricky. That's true. It's going to be Enzo and Kaz. Kaz just started wrestling again. He looks great, by the way. Yeah, I actually got close to interviewing Foley. There were some scheduling conflicts a few years back. Rock Austin, Dusty Flair, Steamboat Flair, in my opinion. Well, my three personal favorite feuds are Sting Flair, Dusty Flair, Steamboat Flair, probably as far as my three personal best personal feuds. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably my three personal favorites. Will be a chance. Interview David Benoit, Triple H one day. Would love to hear both of these stories. I doubt Triple H unless it's a media thing. I mean, it's hard to get anything out of Triple H from an interview. As far as he has to really super protect the WWE name. If it would be anything for Triple H, it'd probably be a media call. I've been invited to WWE media calls, and they're during the daytime, so I wouldn't be able to do it. I actually get information even to this day as far as AEW media calls. I actually got an email about Cody Rhodes. Yeah. So yeah, I just got the email on the 1st, actually. So Monday I got an email from to join the media call for Cody Rhodes. So, but yeah, I appreciate them giving me that information. But I would love to interview David Benoit. Definitely would love to interview that. Top 5 technical wrestlers of all time. Ooh, I don't have an order, but I'll go Brett, definitely. Probably, I would say Brett probably number 1. Oof. I'd probably put Benoit up there as far as top 5. Maybe Perfect up there too. So that's 3. 2 more. Steamboat. And as far as technical wrestlers. Ooh. Let's do Regal. Let's do Regal. Those are just 5 I just thought about on the top of my head. Maybe that might change, but that's my 5 for now. Because Vince doesn't have to pay insurance when that happens. Yep. Cool. You got tickets to AEW. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I agree. Media call is for a bunch of outlets to get together on one call and ask questions to whoever is on the media call. So that means that if I hop on the media call, I get to ask a question to Cody. Good question, Paul. Percentage of Brock Bobby, I would say probably 5% chance of Brock versus Bobby because I I doubt it. I don't know if Brock would be okay with just coming in and jobbing out to Bobby Lashley, like just coming in and jobbing to Bobby Lashley. I'm not sure about that. And then he would have to be a babyface. Yeah, he would have to be a babyface. He would have to come in as a babyface without Heyman, which would be weird. So he would have to cut all his promos unless Heyman's doing double duty on Raw and SmackDown. So babyface without Heyman, just to come in and to lose to Bobby Lashley and to leave. Brock isn't that lose and leave type of guy. Like he's not. He has to be a rhyme and reason of why he's doing that. So I don't see it happening. And plus, that would push Drew away. I don't see it. Don't see it. I don't know about the top 5. I don't know about the top 1. I know about the top 1. DT, it's only one, and that name is Donald J. Trump. Okay? Top 5, Donald Trump. Number 1, Donald Trump. Number 2, Donald Trump. Number 3, Donald Trump. Number 4, Donald Trump. And number 5, you guessed it, Donald Trump. Okay? Dean Malenko's up there. Maybe top 10. I would enjoy interviewing Kurt Angle. I actually talked to his agent a bunch of times. Yeah, I heard about Orton and Soulja Boy, and I heard Alexa. I saw Alexa Bliss tweet something about it, which is stupid. Why in the world is gimmicked Alexa Bliss tweeting about Randy Orton and Soulja Boy? Pentagram Bliss tweeting about Soulja Boy and Randy Orton, like kayfabe. Ding dong, hello. Like where's kayfabe at? Chance Triple H wrestling at Mania. I heard Triple H and AJ possibly. I don't know. Triple H and AJ? On paper, that sounds interesting, I guess. But why? Like, AJ has these weird slots, like Orton, Shane, Taker, now potentially Triple H. Yeah. I can. Sometimes I do open up for more than one question. So cool. And Gianna is a newbie. Thank you for joining, Gianna. Let everybody give Gianna a shout. Every newbie that joins the PNP show, we give you a shout out. AJ wants to wrestle Christian at Mania. That would be really cool, actually. I've always been a Christian mark. Yeah, no story. There's no story. No story. I mean, there's no buy-in. It'll just be a match. Maybe I would enjoy watching AJ Christian. That's for sure. But again, give me buy-in, man. Give me buy-in. That's the big thing for me. There has to be a story behind it. Wrestling is choreographed, okay? Wrestling is choreographed. And you have to suspend disbelief. Wrestling is choreographed. And so if there's no buy-in when it comes to a feud, I mean, matches happen all the time nowadays. It's just a match. If there's no feud behind it, it's just a match knowing that someone knows the outcome of it. But I mean, I get you gotta get a story with me. Like, give me a story. Give me a story. I wish Edge would have never won the Rumble because Edge versus AJ. Yeah, I mean, I think Edge versus AJ had a little bit of story to it. From last year's Rumble, we could have done that. Cameron Grimes, dude, you know what? I thoroughly enjoy Cameron Grimes' segments. I don't know what they're doing with them. If they make him some type of laughing stock, I don't know. But his Ted DiBiase segments on NXT are money. Money. He's playing some type of dunce that didn't didn't look at the whole video and didn't know that he was supposed to kick the ball at the going into the 10th dribble. Hilarious stuff, man. Absolutely hilarious. Do you think WWE had Edge win the Royal Rumble at number 1 just to not have to worry about Benoit holding the record since he won in 2004? Well, I think that's one of the reasons why they give Daniel Bryan that thing now. As far as because they incorporate the greatest Royal Rumble with the Royal Rumble, which to me is just stupid. But could be the case. Brian's asking, how do I feel about Peacock is going to handle WWE Network's products like they're just another business? I mean, I highly doubt that like there's going to be some people like highly invested in the WWE Network. They're going to be business, and so if they don't get a lot of numbers, if they don't see some positive trends, I can see them not being as interested. So they're going to treat WWE just like every other network that they're a part of. So hopefully that makes WWE step their game up. I don't see it being as big, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't see it, unfortunately. But COVID numbers are dropping here in Ohio. It's this weekend was the lowest numbers we saw in 6 months. So there's certain states like Mississippi, I heard, are lifting max restrictions. Like people are ready to rock and roll, man. People are ready to rock and roll. As far as a national standpoint, let me check out the national numbers. Yeah, in Ohio, it's going down, man. Johnson & Johnson, they had to rush a vaccine out. From a national standpoint, 56,000 new cases. So that's a significant decline from last month. It was 300,000 on January 8th, and just went down to the 160s, 150s, 117s, 120s, under hundreds, and now we are at 56,000 major. That's a month ago on February 3rd was 120,000. So we've dropped over half of the cases from in 1 month's time. As a nation, we've dropped over half in COVID numbers. So that is quite good. So worldwide, as far as fatalities compared to Just one fatality is terrible. So definitely praying for victims of any victim of COVID-19. The families of any person or people who've been victim to that. 0.18% is 0.018%. People die of COVID. So that's a pretty good trend there. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah, I can see that happening. I'm cool with it. Some weird embrace the vision. Like, it's just weird. It's just blah. Very blah. Very blah. What's up, Malty? Cool. Well, y'all, I think that I'm gonna head out. Fun time as always. Great time with the PNP Nation. You know what? I actually had my t-shirts ready to rock and roll. I agree, Ricky. Very stale. So hold tight. I'm gonna give me about 30 seconds. I'm gonna go grab my shirts because I actually brought my shirts down for the page to show you what you can experience. Actually, speaking of that, Paul, you're a patron. You have a t-shirt coming along that my designer, because of COVID, there were some delays, but email me actually your address and your size, and you will have a t-shirt coming. All right. And also, y'all send me a 30-second promo of how much you love PNP, and I will play it like I did last week. So I will be right back. I'm going to go grab my shirts and give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. So again, cravewrestling@gmail.com. Send an email to that. Send a 30-second promo of how much you love PNP. And as you saw last week, I will play it at the beginning of the show. I played Ricky's and I played Elvis's. All right. So check this out, y'all. It's been a while since I've done this, but for those who join the Patreon, so shout out to all the patrons. Those who join the top tier of the Patreon account, the top tier, after 3 months, you get a PNP shirt. See if I can talk this way. Get a PNP shirt like that. And I also have a gray one. Actually, I've never wore this gray one yet, but I have a gray one. And after 6 months, I might wear this soon, actually. I usually try to wear them at wrestling events, but here's the fun one. After 6 months, you get a personalized one that has Wrench Mob on it. and personalized. So you have PNP logo on the side here. So here's the PNP logo on the side. This is the 6-month shirt. And your name on the other side. So there you go. One side PNP logo, other side name. And Wrench Mob in the middle. That's the 6-month shirt. Wrench Mob. You become a Wrench Mob member. You get the wrench. Be one part of the admin team on YouTube. Making sure the comments are all good to go. Cool. So that's that. Patreon.com/pancakes and Powerslams. You get you, and also after Lashley, my man. Wrench Mob, yeah, like I just explained, Wrench Mob is so on YouTube when you become a mod, you get a wrench on YouTube. So you get to, make sure all the comments are good, and anybody tries to say something crazy, that's you get a wrench. You become a mod. So that's so I created something I created something about a year or two ago called the Wrench Mob for those who are mods on YouTube. So you're going to get a t-shirt after 6 months, and after 6 months you become eligible to have an Axe Chris night that is just for you. So Pancakes and Powerslams. Patreon.com/Pancakes and Powerslams. Hey, look, y'all. That's it for me tonight. Until next week, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless. And always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.